Hey everybody, happy Thursday, hope you're doing well. Alright, so we got just a couple things today, just the last little bit of review. We got the two labs to talk about, right? Lab 3 and Lab 4, and then we've just got the rest of the time for the midterm. So, oh, hi Ian, I guess my cat wants to say hi. Come on, come say hi. Yeah, come on. Come say hi to everybody. This is my old man cat, he's about 15 or so, he's a good boy. Alright, so I got Lab 3 for forms, and a Lab 4 for arrays. And I did start NetBeans early. Amazingly, I did remember one thing. We start a new project here. We'll do our PHP project, and of course NetBeans doesn't remember what PHP is. Oh goodness, we need to get a better IDE. The one I found that's really good is not free, but they'll give you free licenses for students. But I can't give them to you to install on your personal machine, so you'd be stuck using the virtual machine, which also kind of sucks. So I'm still on the hunt for a decent PHP IDE. I mean, NetBeans works, it's just slow. Maybe I should be more patient, but I feel like it shouldn't be quite as slow. Yeah, I heard Eclipse was pretty slow too. I used to use Eclipse a couple years ago. Haven't used it recently. Alright, here we go. And then we'll drop this into our GitHub repository. No, that's the wrong one. My goodness. CIS 2454, winter 2022. Call this one Lab 2. Nope, Lab 3. That's right, Lab 3. Wait, we already have a source? Oh, that's right, I gotta put it in the Lab 3 folder. It's not smart enough to do that for me. Alright, you think Eclipse is better than NetBeans? Yeah? That's worth a shot. Worth looking at then. And we'll run this on port 5080 here. And then we're going to copy to htdocs lab 3. Okay, we'll get that started up. And then I got to fire up XAMPP here. Come on, XAMPP. There we go. Jack, you're supposed to be downstairs. Wait, just 1 second. Come on downstairs, buddy.
No.
Yeah, you gotta go downstairs and play.
No, look.
Yeah, I gotta go do my class, buddy.
No.
Alright, sorry about that. He's big enough to climb the baby gate now, which is unsettling. Let's see. So we make a little pizza order form here, where you can pick from small, medium, large radio buttons, a pizza type, a selection drop-down box, just to kind of use some different things, and then toppings from checkboxes. You know, any 5 or more toppings should be fine, is what we're looking for here. And then we're going to send it to the same page as a GET request. If they pass the pizza options, we display the receipt, and we'll try and figure it out from here. So, all right, on a single page then, we're going to have our PHP code block at the top. That is not what I typed. Where we can go and get all of these values out here and see if we're passing anything. So this is all just like right on an index page here. This will be our pizza order or something. Form. And then again, I'm just going to copy paste some of these form elements that we've done before, because I don't have to reinvent it. So let's take a look at, that would have been, oh, when did we do that? Somewhere in here, right? We had some of these forms. Where did we add the, we had radio buttons, didn't we? I think we had radio buttons. Yeah, here we go. We did some radio buttons in this one. So here we can make a form. It'll be in our body here. So we need a set of a select option then for, we wanted radio buttons for size. So let's do the radio buttons first. This will be our pizza size. We'll do maybe out at the top. This will send it to index.php, and we want to do request here, right? We're not actually like sending anything. So the name for this one then is pizza size, maybe? Pizza size. And this is what? Small. And we'll have a medium, and then we'll have another one for a large. Yeah, just the labs, Amir. And then the rest of the night is for the midterm. So just going over these here. Okay, so we're going to have that, and then we're going to do a select. So we go find a select code here. Again, I'd prefer to copy paste. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. We can probably use any of those. We'll add our little select here. And then we're going to do selects for regular crust, thin crust, or deep dish here. So then we don't need this PHP code block. This is just, we're just hard coding in some selects here. So we're going to have the value then be regular crust. And then what's displayed here was going to be regular crust, regular crust, right? And then an option for deep dish and an option for thin crust. So this here then, the name should be, how about crust? We had, I'll just do maybe regular is the value for crust, or deep, or thin. Right? Deep dish crust or thin crust. I know, I almost ordered pizza for dinner tonight, but my wife was like, we have so many leftovers in the fridge, we should eat those. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then we were going to have, the last bit was some checkboxes here for toppings, right? And I didn't have one for us to copy over, so I was just going to look up checkbox. I don't have to copy it off here. Yeah, input checkbox, awesome. And we'll go steal that one. Go input is a checkbox with a label. Okay, then this is going to be the type is checkbox. The ID here then should be toppings. And the name, oh no, do we not need ID? One of these we didn't need. I think name. We can do this as toppings. And then you use the array notation here, which is kind of crazy. And this value then was going to be, what do I want to call it? How about pepperoni? And this is going to be a label of pepperoni. And then probably add another line break, right? For each of these, so we'll do a checkbox and the line break for each of these. So we'll have pepperoni, we could do green pepper. Probably no spaces in our values, right? That'll probably be a little bit ugly if the spaces in our values. Green peppers. We can do, how about black olives? Black olives. What else do you folks like on pizza? We could have sausage. And bacon, maybe? And bacon. Okay, so we got a form. We should be able to order some pizza here, right? And see how it goes. Let's give it a shot. Let's just see if we get the form, and the form looks right. Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, we can do mushrooms too. Bacon and mushrooms. Oops. Mushrooms. Okay. So small, medium, large, regular crust, deep dish crust, black olives, mushrooms, and green peppers. Submit. And we should see it comes through in the form data here. Now we're going to get the pizza size, we're going to get the crust, and then toppings then, there's a bunch of values that are toppings. Right? They all come across as toppings here. So you could, if you want to make each name be individual and not make an array of these things, right? And then we can just say, hey, if it's set, if it's set, if it's set, if it's set, if it's set. Or we can go get the list of toppings and see out of that list and kind of loop through it. Either way would work perfectly fine here. What we should be able to get out here then, we should be able to get a size is, and let's go get our values here. And again, we probably want to do some sort of smart checking here of our input values. So let's take a look. That should be one of our controllers here. We'll go, yeah, special characters. Copy that off. So we'll do HTML special characters of an input get, given this is pizza size. Right, we should be able to get the size out. And then we should be able to get the crust out as well. Same option here. We'll call this one crust. And this was the option here was crust, right? The select was crust. So we should be able to get that one out. And then toppings was going to be the harder one. So we wanted to do a little bit being careful with these here. So we need to filter the input with this. And it's from input get here. And then we wanted it to be toppings, I think, with the array. And then there's a filter validate array. Where is it? Something about array. We can get out the filter value in here. Where is it? Filter. Sanitize? Require array? I think it was filter require array. That sounds like the one we probably wanted here to get all the toppings out. And then just for fun, we're just going to echo these things and see what we get. So we'll echo size. We can echo crust. And then we can echo... Okay, forget that. We don't need to do that. We can do this in debug mode, right? We'll see what the values are. Let's see if we can't put a breakpoint here. Maybe we can toggle a line breakpoint. Maybe we can get a breakpoint. Should be able to get a breakpoint here, running in debug mode. Let's see. We'll try hard again. Breakpoint. I don't know why it gets cranky here. One of these times we'll get it. Filter input. Oh, didn't know that filter was line 4. Uh-oh. Doesn't like the require array. All right, I have to go look that one up again then. How we do that one. Filter input array. It's one of these. Or we could go look at the book, but filter input require array, isn't that it? Filter input array. Oh, okay. We'll just do right from there. Filter input array. Ah, nice. Okay. And we can get that right out. We don't have to do the validate. Try that way. Still want the breakpoint. I don't know why it's not giving me my breakpoint here. I think we had to fight with it last time too, didn't we? Debug. Toggle breakpoint. No. Debug new breakpoint. Line 2. Sure. Okay, that worked. So my toggle wasn't working here, but this one seemed to be. That's sure. That's really weird. Now let's send it some options here. We'll do medium and deep dish, and then give it a couple black olives, green peppers, and mushrooms. See what we get. Okay, so paused here. That's good. So we're looking good so far. So we get our size, we get our crust, we have deep and medium, and then we should get this toppings array. Let's see if that worked for us. Nope, filter input array. All right, that one didn't work for us either. What are we doing wrong? Is it just toppings then? I guess I should just open up the book and look at it. Yeah, it still doesn't like the filter input array. All right, just 1 second then. We'll go pop this open. I'm not remembering, and it's not at the top of my head. We'll go find that here. Goodness. Let's see. And form data, here we go. Stop popping up things. Form data. Checkboxes. Look at that. Found the right page finally. Maybe now it'll work. Oh, that's checking to see if it's set each time. We don't want to do it that way. Yeah, an array of checkboxes. That's what we want. Okay. All right. We'll go shamelessly copy out of this. So it's still filter input. Filter input. You'll get, yeah, so just toppings then. And then we want to filter sanitize for special characters. Okay, sure. Special characters. And a filter require array. Sure. Let's try all that here. And we're just going to use the name here without those array braces in our list. See if that gets us something out here. Let's try that in debug mode. The toggle won't work. I have a semicolon between radio and name. Really? All right, now we get toppings out. Okay, so what is our toppings variable? Is it nothing? We don't have it. It gave us nothing. Well, that's unfortunate. Now, toppings. Toppings. So it should be spelled right. Let's see if we can do something in our code block up here then too. Let's see if we can loop through here. So we'll say, first I guess we should check, right? Because they might have not even picked any toppings. So if toppings does not equal null, right? If it's not nothing here, if it was able to pick up some sort of value here, then we want to do a for each loop here. We'll say toppings as, and then we can have keys and values, right? So we can say key arrow value, like we've done with some of those two-dimensional, those arrays we were looking at before. We'll echo the key, space, and the value. And maybe a line break? Sure, why not? Okay. To get those values back out and see if we're getting anything from our toppings list. Let's give that a little run. It's fine. I don't need any debug here. Just regular page. Okay. Just regular page here. Black olives. So we get black olives. All right. So the key was 0, right? So we're getting it through, right? Pepperoni or mushrooms, black olives. All right. So now we're getting our array. So why wasn't it showing in debug mode? I'm super confused why I didn't get it in debug mode. One more time. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the very first run when we didn't have anything in the GET request. That's why it wasn't there. Not my chess game. No, this one. This one. So now if we pass it, all right, we're back on track. Now we'll see it here in debug mode. We're going to see those values. Regular, small, and now we get our toppings array here with green pepper, black olives, and mushrooms. Awesome. All right, we are getting there, folks. We're getting there. This is working. You know, I think those values actually, let's put some spaces in here because I think that'll be prettier. Green pepper, black olives, mushrooms. All right, now we can actually do some arithmetic. Right, so we don't really care. We do need these here. We don't need the keys. We only need the values, right? So then we can say, was our pizza size, right? So we're going to have, what are we ordering here? So we have all of those. Actually, we'll leave our toppings. Okay, I guess we should calculate the price up here. So the total price then is going to be based on 5 for a regular pizza. Medium is $2 extra, large is $4 extra, and then each topping costs 50 cents extra for a small, 75 cents extra for medium, $1 extra for large. Thin crust and deep dish are a $6 base price plus some. So we got to look at a couple values here. So our total price then is going to be based on the size of the pizza and then the crust of the pizza. Right, so we should look at maybe crust first. So we'll start off at 5, and then we can check, hey, if my crust does not equal, what is it, just regular? maybe I just said regular. Right? Yeah, regular. Then we'll say my total price plus $1, right? And then if my size is equal to, what do we have? Small, medium, and large. Oops. I think that was different sizes. Yeah, sizes, small, medium, large. Yeah, medium's extra 2. So if the size is medium, we'll take our total cost, total price plus 2. Else if the size is large, then we'll take our total price plus 4. And now we have to do something with toppings. So the toppings are going to matter based on the size as well. So we probably need to know the number of toppings, right? To figure out what we should add to it here. So we should get a number of toppings is my toppings dot, what is it here? The length of array. Let's Google that real fast because I'm not remembering off the top of my head. PHP array length. I just want to know the length of it. Count? Count. Okay. Count. Count of toppings. And that should give us 0 if it's nothing there. So for a medium, then, I guess I just say if my size is equal to small, we'll take our total cost plus, and now that was going to be, what do we say for toppings? 50 cents extra per topping. So 0.5 times my number of toppings. And then else if in the medium, that was going to be 75 cents per topping. And if it was large, it was $1 per topping. Right, so just plus the number of toppings. Right? So then I'm going to keep this in the receipt section here. Down where we're going to kind of display what their pizza was here. So you ordered, we can do your order, and then we want let's just put it right in here so we can do that, right? Your order was the size, that was at double quotes? Get it popped in there? Yeah, double quotes to get it popped in there. Small crust with, and then we'll do a, we're going to assume everyone gets cheese here, right? So everyone will get a cheese. We'll do a little BR here. And then we'll do, we got to append, right? Cheese. And then we want to do our loop, our little 4 topping loop. Oh, I cut it out already. That's all right. We don't need to append twice. Sure. All right, we'll just put it up here. Cheese. And then for each, we're going to say toppings as topping. We only really care about the value, right? So we need the key and the value back out. So we need key and topping, I guess, right? Because it, the key and then the topping. We can echo a. Why is it upset with that? For each as, there's an append there. There we go. We want to echo the topping out and a BR. Right, so we'll just, every topping we have in the list, we'll get it, and then when we're done with that, we can have the total price. Total price is my total price. And again, we could do some pretty formatting or whatever we wanted in here, but this ought to do. See how well that goes, and then another BR. Okay, let's give it a shot. Uh-oh. Count of value. Okay, so it's not going to work if it is null. That's a bummer. So all of this has to be if my toppings is not null. If toppings is not null. So maybe we just start toppings as 0. To, all this math will be safe then. I'm sorry, the number of toppings will be 0. That way, we're just not going to add anything, because that arithmetic will be safe then. And we only want to display this if we actually had an order then, right? So if total price, this should probably happen if my total price is not equal 0. Then I can display all of this stuff, right? So probably an easy check, because we're going to start total price off at, oh, we should start it off at 0, that's right. And then total price, bummer. So if crust equals regular, it can be 5, equals 5, else if my crust equals deep dish, right? Or crust equals, what do we have here? Thin. Total price is 6. Okay, maybe that'll work now. Now we can use that total price. We'll see. Give it a shot. Oh my goodness, we got a bunch of these things open. We don't need all these tabs. All right, so nothing yet, right? Just a little order form. Looks pretty basic. So let's try, how about a medium deep dish with green peppers, black olives, and mushrooms. So it should be 75 cents per topping. It should be $2.25 in toppings, $6 or $7 for the medium, $8 for the deep dish. So 8 plus $2.75, $10.25. Uh-oh. Well, that was wrong here. So pizza size. Let's see. Crust is regular, deep dish or thin. Did we misspell our crust type? Crust was, oh yeah, just deep. It wasn't deep dish. Oops, that's just deep. That would be why. So it started off at 0. Let's retry that. And it's a get form. I can just hit refresh. There we go. $10.25. Looking pretty good. Medium deep dish crust with cheese. Oop, I need another BR here. So cheese. BR. We could add in a little bit of like this non-breaking space too. I think that would be a little bit nicer. Kind of tab those in essentially. See if that looks any better. There, it just moves them in just a little bit here, right? So they're not quite left aligned. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Yep. Total price, and then maybe another BR after that. That's looking a little slim. Not the chess game. There, another little line break. Right, and then we should be able to get large with maybe thin crust and pepperoni. Right, large thin crust pepperoni, cool. You okay so far? This one sound good? GitHub here. Oh. Yeah, I know. Hey, if it's your pizza shop, then you can make any of the rules you want, I guess. All right, does that one make sense for lab 3? I'll start up a new project here for lab 4. Not undo. Not undo. New project. Oh goodness. New project. Call it lab 4. Why did it never remember our location? Call this lab 4. 454. Winter 2022. Lab 4. Port 5080. Copy to htdocs lab 4. Next and finish. 2454. Right, we just wanted the lab 3 stuff for now, so lab 3, commit that. And then lab 4 was our midterm practice. We're having a little bit of fun with that one. All right, we can leave that one for a minute, and I'll push that lab 3 out. All right, so for lab 4 then, we're working on our midterm practice questions. I don't think I've made any changes there. So this was working with arrays. So the first one was for our little drink question here, where like the midterm question was, okay, assume you have this drink result, and then we wanted to make one to test our display here. So first we're going to, we could do the 2D array first. So we just want to use the keys of ID, name, caffeine, and milligrams to test our little table display. So we want a PHP block. No, PHP. Okay, so we were going to have this drinks was going to be an array, right? And inside of that array was going to be another array where we had keys and values. So the key was ID, right? And its associated value was, well, what do we want? Hey, maybe this will be ID number 1. And then we'll have a key of name with an associated value of, this was going to be what, Coke. And then a key of caffeine in milligrams here. Caffeine in milligrams with an associated value of, I don't remember how many milligrams caffeine in Coke. Let's Google that real quick, or Bing it real quick. Coke, 32 milligrams. Sure, we'll say that's probably close, 32. Okay, and we can add another array then. So this is a 2-dimensional array, so each row is essentially another array inside of it. So we'll do ID1, name, let's do coffee, and let's see how much caffeine it is. If it's not an associated array, it's not going to work for you, Marv. This idea of it pretending to be a database result, hey, pretend we had these fields in this table, when we get the database result back out, it has to be associative. Because that's what comes back out when we do our database queries. Because you'll say, hey, give me the value associated with the key of ID, give me the value associated with the key of name, give me the value associated with the key of caffeine in milligrams. Yeah, we don't ever want to use indexes, like especially when we're doing database stuff. For this example, that'd be perfectly fine. It would definitely work, but we don't want to assume indexes. We always want to use the names when we're dealing with database results. So caffeine in coffee. How much caffeine is in coffee? Just give me a quick answer somewhere. I want caffeine. I don't have to click on another page. Okay, around 65 milligrams. Looks like that. We'll put 65. 65 milligrams for coffee, and then 2 is probably enough for right now. Not too big of a deal. So we got that. And then in our PHP code block, then, we want to create this table. So we're going to make the table. We're going to have the table header. And remember, the table header then is going to have each table row was going to be ID. The table data was going to be ID, table data, and then a table data for name. All this like suggestive stuff is just not helpful here. And then caffeine in milligrams. Okay, so that's our table header, right? And then we can do our PHP code block here. So then we'll say, or we could use the nice PHP for each, right? For each, we wanted this was drinks as drink, And then we wanted to end the PHP for each, right? For each. Oh my goodness, I'm not even remembering how that's going to look here. We've got it in here. End for each, something like that. All right, we'll find it. It's not at the top of my head tonight. For each, for each. Can we have like a nice little like ending for each in one of these? I'm trying to remember where it was. No, it was in like in the HTML code, I thought. That's fine. We can just PHP end for each. End for each. Yeah, that was it. End for each. So inside of that, then we wanted to make a new table row, and each row then would have data being. We're going to echo this out, right? Echo table row, table data of, that was rank index of, oh, table row, table data. Then we echo PHP, echo the drink key of ID. Right, what value is associated with this key? If it's the store database, yeah, the database gods are angry, Marv. Yeah, and then we end the table data, right? And we do each one of these table datas, right? The little formats. My goodness, why is that so ugly? We want ID, we want name, and then we want caffeine in milligrams. Then we want to end the table row. No, table row. So each one of those becomes a row. Why is it upset with my ending for each? Groups must use braces. Do I just end it? Is that all I do? All right. What's the other way to end that? Let me just Google it. Yeah, what is it? There's the pretty way. Yeah, PHP end for each is supposed to do it. Oh, I do a colon is why. And then you can say end for each. I like that better. End for each. I think it just looks nicer than having like just a curly brace in there. There we go. Okay, that's what it is. So the colon will say, oh, hey, here we're going to go for this. I think that's just a little easier to follow. Like, then why do I just have a random closing one? Okay, let's give that a try. So we should get out our Coke, and our coffee. Coke and coffee. Okay. So that is the two-dimensional list. Again, you could add as many as you wanted here. Just, more than one is good. Yeah. The syntax is particular. That's okay. And then our little loop here, then, this was the start of the table, the end of the table. We don't need the other PHP block here. And our little for loop, then, for every item that we have, right? We don't know how many drinks we have. You could have 100 different drinks in your table, your database table. We're just going to spit out one row for each. And it should just work. Okay, now it auto formats nicely. Now I made it happy. Okay. So that was for 2. Do they do PHP and Java in real life? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, using frameworks definitely are wildly popular because they're going to save you time on the basics. But if you only learn the framework and you don't understand how it works behind the scenes, it's a little harder if it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do. But yeah, Spring is very popular. Right, and then our PHP function Fibonacci numbers. It gets an nth Fibonacci number parameter from the GET request, returns an array of all Fibonacci numbers up through the nth value. Fibonacci numbers start with 1 and 1, and then each next value is the sum of the previous 2. So Fibonacci of 7 would make an array of 7 values, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So Fibonacci numbers, so we'll define a function up here. Function Fibonacci numbers, like nth number here. What is it? I have set it. Friends. It's not my day. Not my day. Function. Got parameters. Oh, it wants something inside of it, I think. Okay, that's all. So we have our first, or I don't know, previous is 1. Current is 1. And then, right, we can do some sort of loop. It's still upset. Unexpected. Dollar sign. Yep, dollar sign. Thank you, Christy. Bonus points for you. Points. Christy, I just got this set up because my friend. Why is the app not working? Oh, I missed your Y there. Okay. Now the @ sign's working. I don't know. But yeah, we got a little bonus point counter going here. So anytime I make mistakes, you can get the bonus points there. So really, if our first couple of cases are kind of boring here. So if nth is equal to 1, actually we should probably make our values here. So our values is going to be an array. It's just empty to start. So if it's 1, then we're just going to add 1 to it. Maybe we can get away with this. Let's say we'll do a loop. We'll say while, and then we'll have a current nth as well. So while our current nth is less than or equal to the nth, let's do this loop. We'll take our values, and we want to add to it, right? So just say, hey, put it in the next location equals my current value. I do need previous here. Previous equals 1. Okay, so we'll add to it. Then our current is going to become, or we'll say our next value will be the current. Here, I should start previous off at 0 here. There we go. There we go. Current plus previous. And then the current. We got to change it first. So then the previous becomes the current. And then the current becomes the next. Here, so we'll figure out what comes next. And we'll say, okay, what you used to be, now you're the one that used to come before, and what's current is now next. And we'll keep on adding that current value as we go. And then we're done, we can return values. And I think that'll work here. Let's see. Maybe it will. So maybe we'll do this, I'll do before our table. How about that? PHP echo my Fibonacci numbers of, we'll say, 10. It should give me an array result, but it's not going to look really pretty, right? It's just going to say an array. Oh, goodness. Nope, we have an infinite loop here. My current nth needs to go up by 1. There we go. Otherwise, we have an infinite loop there. That was no good. Yep. We did bad. Okay. Array to string conversion, line 42. Okay, so we got to do that, the little array notation here. We'll do the cheap little, let's just print an array. Print it all out. Which is our, where's that one here? Print R. I think print R ought to work it. So print R given whatever we get back from Fibonacci numbers of 10. Give that one a run. Hey, so we get 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. Looking good so far. So it's really ugly with the keys and the values because we don't really care about the the keys here, we really only want the values out, right? We could get the values out here, right? Would probably be a little nicer. Getting just my array values out. Oops, inside my PHP block. Array values of Fibonacci numbers of 10. Too many parentheses there? Yep. Yeah, it was. So, Marv, the index was showing 0. The actual value associated was 1, I think is why that. So once we print out just the values here, I think this will be a little prettier for us. And this will hopefully look a little nicer. Yeah, now 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. Should be 10 values, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yep. Hector, thank you so much for donating those bits to the Student Scholarship Fund over at the University of Michigan Dearborn College of Engineering and Computer Science. I appreciate you dropping on by, my friend. Always glad to have you here. Okay, so that's our Fibonacci number. It gets the nth Fibonacci number from the GET request. Oh, this is from the GET request. I'm sorry. I did bad here. So this should not be given an nth. It should just go get the nth value here. Ugh, that's ugly. Okay, so that's fine. So nth is going to equal my filter input. What's the input get of, what do we say, Fibonacci nth number or something? Goodness. Nth Fibonacci number parameter. And we want to filter validate that as an integer here. Okay. Oops, and a semicolon. All right, so now if we give that a run, it shouldn't actually do anything. We don't have any values to spit out until we give it a Fibonacci, nth Fibonacci number of, like, say 10. Then it should do it. Or I could give it like 15, right? Or 42. And we see they get really fun, real big, real fun, real fast. So Fibonacci numbers are fun. There's 267 million by 42. Okay. All right, how's that for the lab then? Maybe we should put a form in here, but I don't really want to put a form in here because I'm feeling a little bad we don't have a form in here now. Should we put a form in here? Form. Goodness. All right, we'll just go copy the form from lab 3. We can do that. Need to submit all the way down there, right? And we just need an input of text. Name is Fibonacci number. And then that needs a label, right, to go with that. Label and Fibonacci. And a BR, something like that. Does it know how to spell Fibonacci? Does it really know how to spell Fibonacci? Oh, I was really excited for a minute there. All right, now let's see if that works any better. You know, that's a good question, Marv. I did misspell it. Misspelled word. Fibonacci. Are there 2 C's? 2 C's. Really? Oh yeah, I had it over here. I don't remember how it handles integers actually, Marv. I'd have to Google that. There we go. And now we get our Fibonacci numbers. Let's see. So PHP will convert from int to long. Int to long. So nothing in here, does it? Converting integers, strings, numbers, automatic conversions. I think it's just smart enough to know what size it is. You can check to see if they're integers. You can check to see if it is long. That's fun. Floating point numbers. I think it's automatically going to convert for you. So I think it's all based on what size it is while it's running. So it tries to start at 32-bit sizes. I'm not entirely sure. That's a good question, Marv. Maybe I should Google how it does it. Yeah, Java's a little bit more particular. So any strongly typed language like Java is going to be particular. If you do in Python, Python will convert for you because it just figures it out, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we've got our labs done. Got the rest of the night for the midterm here. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? We'll have similar questions. You can even go look at it now if you want. Right, the midterm is open. And I think I changed it here so that if you want to do it over break, go for it. It's your break, not mine. So I'm not going to try and make you get it done before or like in the middle of break here. So it should be open until 2 weeks from tonight by 6 p.m. It's up to you how you want to organize your time. March 10th, right? So if you want to get it done tonight, great. Have nothing else to worry about. If you want to play with it, work on it all week, work on it over break, go for it. If you want to wait until the week after break and do it then, that's totally up to you as well. So whatever's going to work out for you folks there. Okay? And again, it's all based on similar questions to what we had here in the practice. In our midterm review, which we just did 2 of them. Right? We did the drink question, and then we did the Fibonacci question where we're adding values to an array. This one is just some sort of function does something. Okay? All right, we are halfway through the semester then, my friends, believe it or not. It has been crazy. We're near the end of February already. I can't believe it. I'm behind on the grading. I apologize. That is my homework for the whole weekend of the break. Oh, where's my hat? Where's my hat? Here we go. All right, I can't find any of my regular hats, so I can wear this one. You got it, Marv. Thank you for redeeming that. Got to do some of those channel points. Yep, so we are doing the midterm. We're halfway done. This is 7 weeks out of the 15, and the last week here is your presentations. There's no content at all. So this is officially the halfway point. We'll come back from break. We'll have 7 more weeks of content. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll wrap up with Ajax, talk about some frameworks briefly, and then you'll present your final projects. That's where we have all of April as the final projects. Depending how long Project 3 takes you to get done. So sorry that we had to bump that just a little bit here, but I wanted to give you the final. If you wanted to start it earlier, great. If you want to wait, that's okay too. I want to make sure you got enough time on that. Okay, so we'll come back on the 10th. We'll talk about Project 2. We'll wrap up functions. We've pretty much done functions. We'll wrap up objects in PHP, and then talk about secure websites, basic authentication, and email. Email's like, here's a one-liner. You just type a couple things in and it emails. I don't show this one because you have to use a password, and I don't want to give out a password online here, but it's super easy. I'll show you. You can just grab a Gmail account and it just works, which is pretty cool. And then we'll talk about what JSP is and some of the tools we need for JSP, get Java stuff installed, get our Tomcat server up and running. It needs a little bit of tweaking here depending on how you've installed Java. And then we'll be up and running starting servlets on the 17th here. And then the rest of the course is focused on servlets. Again, for the final project, you can do PHP or JSP, whatever you're more comfortable with. Totally up to you folks. So, all right. Any other questions, thoughts, or concerns? Or should we go send a raid out to anybody, some friends on Twitchland? You can see who's around. Let's see. And I'll push that. That's right. So those are out there available for you folks. So that same sort of idea, make that two-dimensional list for your question there in the middle. Stop and close. Trying to get Twitch to load to see who we can go raid. So I'm going to put on my ending screen here, and it'll usually it goes a little faster. It's not trying to capture my whole screen. All right. We have Lots of friends playing chess. We have Woodcrafting by Owen. If you're into makers and crafting, again, working on his forge. Burroughs Forge, if you want to check that out. Ominous doing some more woodworking. More chess. Someone playing Elden Ring, if anyone's interested in Elden Ring. You can check out a couple different friends. If anyone has a Project 2, Marv, we're going to take classes and we're going to apply them to our store project. So we'll look at building out kind of this object relationship model so that we're going to use classes to represent the things in the database. So we can do things more prettily in our code, for lack of a game development. So I don't see my friend on who's a game developer. Let's see, who else is around? No, I don't see her. She must be off tonight. I don't know her schedule yet. Sorry, Amir. Yeah, no one else doing game dev. There's a really cool prof, I forget, maybe out of Colorado or somewhere, who teaches game design, and she streams like their game reviews. So all the games the students create, she'll stream kind of playthroughs of them and stuff. It's really fun and interesting. We'll see if we can catch her sometime. Yeah. All right. We should check out some woodworking, maybe. How about some woodworking? That sounds like fun. All right, just for fun, Twitchland, send out a raid, say hi, and we'll go from there, okay, folks? Oh, come on. There it goes. I got the command right. All right, folks, take care. Let me know what I can do. If not, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.